Hi Aries, this is your weekly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads in this weekly's reading. We'll have a spread on new love, a separate spread on love in an existing relationship or marriage. I'll then do the X spread. After that, we'll talk to you about your work, your business, and your finances, and we'll see what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is on new love this week. We have the King of Pentacles clarified by the Two of Cups. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Wands clarified by Justice. In the potential outcome, we have the Emperor with the Two of Pentacles and the Moon, and we also have Strength on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We also have Libra, Pisces, and Leo on the table. I usually go with a king or a queen or both if one or both show up. So the very first card that came out is the King of Pentacles, and I think that's the person or perhaps one of the people you're dealing with this week. So the King of Pentacles could be an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or somebody with a lot of Earth in their chart. If they're not an Earth sign, this is somebody who is an entrepreneur. They run their own business or they work for a financial institution. It could be all about money, right? But when it comes to you, it's not about money. It's about love. It's about getting serious as soon as possible. And I see you struggling with this decision. Perhaps it's just too fast for you, or for some of you, like I said earlier, you could be dealing with 2 different people, and the King of Pentacles is one of them. In the potential, let's talk about the potential outcome real quick, right? We have you, the Emperor. That is your major arcana card, and it's always a good sign to have your own major arcana card in your own reading. Always says that means you're the one in charge, you're the one calling the shots. Right? That means you are in the center of attention. What else is new? Right, Aries? But then we have the Two of Pentacles and the Moon. So this is where hesitation comes in, right? The Two of Pentacles is a card of somebody who is weighing all pros and cons, somebody who is dragging your feet, let's be honest, right? And the Two of Pentacles, it could be you deciding between 2 people, right? And the King of Pentacles could be one of them. We have the Moon right next to the deck. Right, the Moon could be a Pisces you're dealing with, so perhaps the second person is a Pisces. But the Moon, this card is one of the most emotional cards in the deck. It's also a card of fear of the unknown, right? So perhaps it's just a bit too much for you too soon, too quickly, right? And that's what we have in the potential outcome. You hesitating, you taking time, you doing something. Right? Perhaps you need to wrap your head around what's just happened. And what's just happened, what's about to happen is a very serious offer. Right? Right next to the King of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And then we have the Six of Wands right next to it. So this person is ready to commit. This person is ready to get serious. Right? The Knight of Pentacles is the most serious, the most grounded knight out of all 4 knights. The Knight of Pentacles always talks about long-term and money, okay? But in this case, it's long-term. They must have thought this through. Perhaps for some of you, it's not a brand new person. Perhaps you met them a week ago. Or they will just shock you. Perhaps you're going to go on the 3rd date, and on the 3rd date, that's when they'll start talking commitment to you, right? Because like I said, the Knight of Pentacles is a very serious offer. And they mean it, right? The Six of Wands, the next card over, is a card of victory, success. It's a card of attention. So they're coming in with the intention to win you over, to get serious with you. You've got this person's full and undivided attention. The Six of Wands back in the day used to be called the proposal card. All right, and Justice, clarifying the Six of Wands, could be a Libra you're dealing with, but Justice could be, them wanting to get married, because Justice could be the legal system. And what I mean by that, when people get married, they sign a piece of paper, and then that piece of paper is submitted with the local government. Justice could also be a place where people get married, right, like a chapel. And the King of Pentacles themselves is clarified by the Two of Cups, so they do love you. The Two of Cups is a soulmate card. It's a card of unconditional love. It's a card of when both people, as a matter of fact, feel the same way towards one another. So perhaps you have feelings for them, but they're just going to drop this on you all of a sudden. I don't know. You can leave me a comment, let me know what's going on with this person, or what's going on with you and this offer, right? Strength on the bottom of the deck could be a Leo you're dealing with, but perhaps strength is courage in this case. Strength could be interpreted so many ways. One of the interpretations is courage. Perhaps you have to have courage to make this serious move with this person. Perhaps, like I said, it's just too sudden for you, and you need to wrap your head around this. But if you were wondering how this person feels about you, yeah, they are the real deal. They mean business. They're serious about you. They do want to move forward. They do want to commit to you. They're thinking long term, right? The Knight of Pentacles always talks about long term and planning ahead. All right, so yeah, that's one interesting reading, Aries. All right, so yeah, think about it, I guess. But again, there's nothing to worry about. I don't know what you're afraid of, and there's nothing wrong to be afraid of something, but they mean business. All right, really happy for you, Aries. Congratulations. Aries, if you'd like to see the extended for this new love spread, the link is in the description box down below. In the extended, I'll do a couple of more spreads. Maybe 3 spreads. We'll see how this plays out. We'll definitely take a look at what to expect between you and this person moving forward, if you were to give him a green light, if you were to go ahead with him, and then we'll get you an advice for this whole situation. Aries, if you are already married or if you're in a relationship, this spread is for you. We have the Emperor, we have the Seven of Pentacles clarified by the Seven of Cups, we have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck. It's like you're waiting for something, for some kind of a message. And I keep hearing the word accepted. You're waiting whether you are accepted, or you and your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your significant other are accepted, or your kid is accepted. Perhaps your kid is growing up and you want him to go to a kindergarten or school, and perhaps you requested perhaps you want a particular school to accept them, and now you're waiting. Or you could be, perhaps the two of you want to decided to sign up for a new class, right? You want to take a class together, and you filled out an application, and now you're waiting to hear back from them, right? That's what it feels like. The only major arcana card on the table we have is the Emperor. We had the Emperor in the first spread, we have the Emperor here, different deck. It's always a good sign to have your own major arcana card in your own reading, right? But with the Seven of Pentacles clarified by the Seven of Cups, one seven clarifying the other seven, I think you're waiting. The Seven of Pentacles is literally waiting, right? And the Seven of Cups, perhaps those were some options that you looked at before, but you decided on that particular option and you reached out to them. Now you're waiting for them to get back to you. The Page of Wands is a message that you're waiting for, or this is your child. All right, it could be both, a message and a child, because the same card could be interpreted multiple ways, and even in the same spread. And the Three of Pentacles right next to the deck, this is what it's all about. It's some kind of a collaboration, right? Again, for some of you, you want to sign up to a class. Perhaps you want to take skydiving classes together, and you're waiting for them to get back to you. Or the Three of Pentacles, it could be something for your child, right? The school, or another class that you want them to sign up for. Ballroom dancing class, I don't know. But hopefully it comes this week. I don't see any rejections, in case you're wondering. All right? Cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Aries, this week. Keep in mind, it could be somebody from a couple of months ago, a year ago, or a couple of years ago, so it doesn't have to be the most recent picks. We have the Page of Pentacles, clarified by the King of Swords. We have the Star, Justice, which is clarified by the Magician, and we have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or a Sagittarius. What I noticed right away, after I was done clarifying, is that first of all, we have the King of Swords, right? The King of Swords could be any air sign. And then later in the spread, we have a major arcana card for every single one of those air signs. The Star could be an Aquarius. Justice could be a Libra. The Magician could be a Gemini. Wow, interesting. So must be an air sign. However, the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck could be a Sagittarius, right? Anyway, we got this King of Swords, right? They're coming back with the Page of Pentacles. They're coming back bearing gifts. Literally, they will bring something. They will send something. They will give you something with that Page of Pentacles. It could be tickets to a show or a concert or some kind of an event, right? Or it could be literally a gift. They may take you out to a fancy dinner, and that's the Page of Pentacles for you. Perhaps they owe you paperwork for something. Page of Pentacles could be paperwork. And I don't see, even though we don't have any commitment to marriage cards on the table, Aries, but this still looks very promising, right? We've got 4 major arcana cards on the table. So it's unavoidable. So the star, if it's not an Aquarius, then it's a card of healing. So they do want to heal this with you. It's also a card of a wish come true. Perhaps for them, it is a wish come true for the two of you to get back together. Just if it's not a Libra you're dealing with, then justice is a major apology coming from them. Justice could be them wanting to get serious and get married. It could be a place where people get married. The Magician, if it's not a Gemini, then the Magician is a card of manifestation. They manifesting you back into their life, and at the same time, the Magician is a card of taking action, right? And perhaps the Page of Pentacles is just one of the things they're prepared for you. Perhaps they've got a lot of things lined up, because the Magician's got all the tools they need, right? All the tools they need, and they're using those tools. And the Wheel of Fortune, if it's not a Sagittarius you're dealing with, then the Wheel of Fortune could be a card of travel, but for most of you, this is simply them wanting to restart a cycle. All right, so I think it's going to be up to you what you want to do here, but I think this person is very determined to get the show back on the road with you. All right, cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances. Aries, this week we have the Page of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Wands clarified by the Four of Cups, and we also have the Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Wow! You know, this kind of reminds me of my Beware readings I do for you guys once a month. And the phrase I keep hearing is, there is no free lunches, Aries. I don't know if you've heard this before, but there is no free lunches. Somebody's going to ask you to go grab a cup of coffee with them, or grab a cold one after work. And it could be somebody you work with, or it could be somebody else, right? From a competitor or what have you. Right? That's the Page of Cups right there. Right? This is somebody approaching you, and they want to meet with you. The Seven of Swords right next to the Page of Cups. This person is it's a deception, right? The Seven of Swords is a card of a cheater. It's the liar of the tarot deck, right? So this person is up to no good. And I think the advice for you are the three remaining cards, including the Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This is you shutting this person down, right? Not having it with this person. You know, the Page of Cups, it could be somebody who wants to take advantage of you, right? From the not from the business perspective, not from the work perspective, but you know what I mean. But for some of you, perhaps somebody wants to ask you some questions. They think after a couple of drinks you will open up your mouth and spill the beans, share some secrets and things like that. So be on the lookout, be very careful. See, in the Four of Cups right next to the deck, that's you sitting down and you're not accepting the cup that the Page of Cups is offering. You see how the Page of Cups is extending a cup, but the person on the Four of Cups is not accepting it. Okay, with the Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck, this is you shutting them down. And with the Seven of Wands, this is you standing your ground. So be very careful this week. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen, Aries, this week. We have the Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands clarified by the Five of Swords, and the Five of Wands on the bottom of the deck. It's that same story as we just saw in the work, business, and finances spread. It really is the same story, right? And this is a different deck. I use different decks for different spreads. So you are the Emperor here, and that's the only major arcana card. That means you're the one in charge, right? The Eight of Pentacles right next to the Emperor is a card of work, business, and finances. And the remaining three cards, this is you standing your ground and getting a bit upset and even furious with that person. You know, it could be corporate espionage. It could be somebody. It could be somebody who works for the same company, and perhaps this person always has access to a particular set of documents, right? And they come over and they're going to be like, "Oh, can I take that document to take a look?" Right? And perhaps they always have authorization, but this time they don't. All right? But they're lying to you. They're not telling you that they don't. For others of you, like I said, somebody wants to talk to you outside of work, somebody from another company, and they hope that you will share some secrets that you're not supposed to share. You know, I know it sounds like a conspiracy theory, but that's what I see here. Yeah, so be careful. Be careful when it comes to your work, business, and finances. Perhaps somebody wants to steal a secret recipe or something like that. I don't know. But that's what I have for you. Aries, for this reading for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also share and subscribe. And other than that, Aries, have an amazing week.